Swami Niti Namine
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhakti
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatharine
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरक्षसे गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया इति विज्ञाय राधे तन्मय माम् Who made this?
Ladananda and Mahavegavati.
Mahavegavati?
No, I was on a different one.
Oh, different one.
I can't claim any credit for this one.
Very beautiful.
But if it'll get your mercy, I'll say that I helped make that one.
You know that Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he was so merciful. He came penniless in Western countries and Western countries. And very quickly he gave the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wrote Raghunath. Why? Why he came? To make some money? Never. Only came to help unhappy person. Because he knew that we are eternal servant of Krishna. By using our freedom independently, and whole world is now unhappy, forgetting Krishna forever, using their intelligence to be happy but never get happy. So he can become alone, like a beggar. And you know from beginning how he came in Boston, and from there he came to New York and he began his movement. So he was so merciful. He translated so many books, Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many books he wrote, only for us. He translated Chaitanya Charitamrita. And this, if you will read, you will see that all the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the teachings of Rup and Raghunath, in all Goswamis are there. Everything is there. The teachings of Sarup Damodar, Narayana, and in all writings, Krishnadas Goswami has written all the dialogues, all the teachings, and in the last he has written Shastra. It is the essence of all the Vedas, the man of Srimad Bhagavata and everything. But we cannot know if you are not in high class of association. He has told that Krishna name is transcendental, Purna Mukta, Shuddha, and transcendental. It cannot be touched by our tongue, mortal tongue, mind, by senses. How we can touch like a given process? Through Guru Parampara. Only through. The first of all, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he has told so much about Guru Tattva. And after that, he has told our object, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended to give that object in Adi 3 and 4. That our object is love and affection of Krishna. And then how to attain? He has told him, Rup Shiksha, Sanatan Shiksha, in dialogue of Raya Ramananda and Mahaprabhu, in the Rath Yatra of Swami. And in the last, in the cave Gambhira, he told to Raya Ramananda and Suno, की रूप लैले नाम प्रेम उपजय ताहार स्वरूप लक्षण सुनो राम राम ताहार स्वरूप लक्षण He is telling to Sarup Damodar in night to Sarup Damodar की रूप लैले नाम प्रेम उपजय. In what process we will take the name Krishna, then prem can come. And then he began to describe six Shastra, especially that sloka. Trina dapi sunichena tarorapi sahishna amanina amanadena kirtanaya sarahari. What is the meaning? Trina dapi sunichena.
One should be more humble than the blade of grass, If one steps on the blade of grass, it does not spring back. Tororapi sahishnuna, one should be more tolerant than the tree. The tree, even if someone comes to cut it, it does not withdraw its shade. Amanina, one should not ask any honor from anyone else. Our Swami Maharaj has sometimes said, command respect, don't demand respect. Manadena, give all respect to others. Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Thus one can always chant the name of Hari.
We are chanting name. But are you following this process? Even you try to do and chant her name like this, being so humble, more than a cross, tolerance more than a tree, his bark, his seed, his leaves, his juice, fruits, everything is for others. His life, everything. If you are like this and chanting the memory, then giving honor to others and no hope of taking any honor from others. And if you are doing like this, chanting, must come. Krishna Prem must come. So it is our defect, not of defect of Krishna name, that all so many persons chanting from since last 20 years, 25 years, and rejecting Krishna after that. They don't realize anything from Krishna. So be like this, and you should realize yourself. So Nityananda Prabhu raising his hand in his car, he is telling, oh, let me hear. If you are chanting Krishna name, Gaur name, I am responsible for that. That you must be happy. And if you are not happy, I am responsible. But we are not carefully chanting and remembering. So I think that it will be very beneficial to us that we should read, we should remember the pastimes of devotees, how they developed their Krishna consciousness, how they chanted, in what process. Like Prahlad Maharaj, Chitraketu Maharaj, in Srimad Bhagavatam, and all others, Bharat Maharaj, without attachment, worldly attachment giving. And the life and history of Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Haridas Thakur, like this. People give a process that how they proceed. So we should try to follow. Now, today we will discuss about Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. Both were brothers, and how they left their houses and jobs and came to Vrindavan. And what they did. We should try to know. Who will narrate? You? You? Oh, you should be. Try to hear very carefully. As if you are going to follow in such a way.
Rupa and Sanatan met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Ramakeli, and they both decided, they were government men at the time, they worked for the government, for the Muslim government. And after meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they both decided to stop everything and join the Lord. So Rupa Goswami took all of his wealth. He had 2 boatloads of wealth, and he divided it 50% to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, 25% for relatives, and 25% he kept for personal safety because he knew that he would need it for some legal expenditures. Then Sanatana Goswami, and he decided to just quit everything and join Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sanatana Goswami was working for the Nawab, the governor of Bengal, and he knew that the governor was very pleased with him and depended on him. So in order to quit his service, because he was second in charge, he wanted to do something to make the Nawab angry. So on the plea of bad health, he stayed at home and studied Srimad Bhagavatam with some Brahmanas. Before this, Rupa and Sanatan got some Brahmanas to perform Vedic rituals for them and chant and pray for them that they would be free from all obstacles to meet Lord Chaitanya. So the governor sent some doctors to the house of Sanatan to see about his health, but the doctors reported that he was fine and that he was, instead of lying and being sick, he was studying the Bhagavatam. So the Nawab personally came to his home, and finding him in that condition, became very angry and told him that I can't conquer other kingdoms without your help of being responsible here while I'm gone. So he was so angry that he put him under arrest and sent him to jail. So this money that Srila Rupa Goswami, they weren't Goswamis at the time, but Rupa and Sanatan were brothers, and Rupa Goswami had deposited 10,000 gold coins with a local grocer because he had some idea that Sanatan would need it. And he wrote to Sanatan after having found out Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's itinerary and asked Sanatan to get out of jail and come and meet them. So Sanatana Goswami offered the jailkeeper 5,000 gold coins, and the jailkeeper was very hesitant and afraid he might be caught. Then 7,000, and then finally 10,000. Then the jailkeeper agreed. Sanatan said, just tell them that you took me out because I had to go to the bathroom, and then with my chains I jumped in a river and probably drowned. So the jailkeeper agreed, and Sanatan escaped, and he was going towards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Rupa, in the meantime, Rupa and his other brother, Anupama, or Sri Vallabh, they went to Prayag because they found out from sending messengers to Jagannath Puri that they could meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Prayag. So they did that and offered him obeisances there, and it was there that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave him the Rupa Shiksha, taught him devotional service from the beginning, first how the living entities are traveling through the species, and then about the steps of devotional service, starting from when the Guru gives the seed of bhakti, and then the disciple becomes a gardener and plants that seed in his heart. In the meantime, Sanatana Goswami and his servant Ishan were also trying to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and gradually Sanatana became more and more renounced, giving up his gold coins and giving up his servant and giving up everything, and he finally met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Tapan Mishra's house, and he also at that time received instructions from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
But can you tell Rupa Shiksha what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to Rupa Goswami?
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed Rupa Goswami in many things which are elaborated in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that I will not describe, but primarily 5 things: Nam Kirtan, Sadhu Sangha, Nam Kirtan, Bhagavata Shravana, Mathura Vasana Srimurtir Shraddhai Sevan. And Srila Rupa Goswami has described these things also. Sadhu Sangha means to associate with Swajati Ashaye Snigde Sadhu Sange Swato Vade. 3 characteristics, also 3 types of Sadhu Sangha. Nam Kirtan, always chanting the holy name. Bhagavata Shravana, Rupa Goswami has described Srimad Bhagavata Padartanam Rasikai Saha, to hear the deep meanings of each line of the Bhagavatam in association of Rasik Vaishnavas, who can give, like Shukadev Goswami, the meaning of Rasa Tattva. And Mathura Vasana, to always reside in Sri Vrindavan Dham, and Sri Murti Shraddhai Sevan, to serve the deity or Tulsi with great faith and devotion. He also instructed Rupa Goswami in Advaya Gyan Paratattva, explaining that Sri Krishna, according to Vedanta, Shakti Shakti Mator Abheda, that between Krishna and Krishna Shakti, no difference. How there is Krishna and Krishna Shakti, and they are not separate. But for the purpose of pastimes, Krishna, Radha, they are separate. And that Krishna's energy is further divided. One Parashakti, that is divided in Parashakti, in Antaranga Shakti, Tatastha Shakti, which is the living entity, and Bahiranga Shakti, which is the Chaya Shakti or Maya Shakti. And furthermore, the Antaranga Shakti, internal energy, is divided as Hladini Shakti, Sandhini Shakti, and Samvit Shakti. All these things Maharaj was describing in Varsana. And all these things that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave in teachings to Rupa Goswami.
More elaborately, from beginning. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his conversation with Sri Rupa Goswami, he began telling him that how the living entity, which is part and parcel of Krishna, is very tiny. So tiny that if we divide the tip of the hair...
First he told that Bhakti Ras like an endless, deepless ocean. I am giving only one drop, and then he began.
So he told that the living entity, which is very minute, is compared to, the size is compared that if we divide the tip of the hair into 100 parts, and then each part again we divide into 100 parts, then that is the size of the living entity. So this whole world is filled with living entities, and generally they are divided into 2 categories, Sthavar and Jangam, moving and non-moving. Again, those who are moving, they are divided into 3 categories, that some are in the air, some are in the water, and some are on the earth planet. And out of these, there are so many species, namely in numbers 84 lakh species. And among these, those are human beings, they are very small in number, very small. And out of these human beings, most of them are faithless. They have no proper conception of God. They don't believe in God because they don't have proper knowledge. And very few are those who have some conception and some faith that there is a supreme being who controls everyone and the entire universe. Now, out of these people who are following some amount of religion or who follow the authority of Vedas, there are very few who actually follow Vedas in real sense. Others, they claim or they say, but they don't actually follow. And then Mahaprabhu said that there's so many people who are karmis or jnanis or yogis, but all of them, because they do not follow the pure path of bhakti or devotion, they're always disturbed. They're never peaceful. Only the devotees of Krishna who are following the path of Shuddha Bhakti are peaceful. And then Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Then Mahaprabhu said, out of these so many living entities who are going one after another, transmigrating into so many different life species because of their past karmas, sometimes becoming a king, sometimes going in heavenly planets, taking the position of Indra, sometimes going in more higher planetary system, even sometimes taking the position of Brahma, and coming down sometimes in the form of insects. And also in all these species, they go through so many sufferings and happiness situations, and thus always disturbed by the threefold miseries of this material world. By some fortune, by the arrangement of Bhakti Devi, if they come in contact with those who are pure sadhus in any way, or they come in touch with some activities which are related with temple, kirtan, Shravan Kirtan, Smaran Bandhan, all these activities, then they accumulate some sukritis or pious impressions, which upon accumulated in a sufficient amount give them the merit that they can associate with sadhus. So these fortunate living entities, those who have accumulated so much merit in pious activities that they can attain the association of sadhus, they are very fortunate. Why? Because then they receive the seed, Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of the creeper of devotion. And what is that seed of the creeper of devotion? The seed is the desire to serve Krishna. The pure devotees who have realized Krishna completely, they are fully established in their relationship with Krishna. They have the power to implant that seed.
What is that seed?
That Krishna Seva Vasana, desire to serve Krishna, that comes in the form of Shraddha. Shraddha is Shraddha coming from the spiritual master.
Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata. By the mercy of Krishna,
Guru
and Guru.
And Bhakti Shraddha is not like mundane faith. It is coming from the divine plane, combined Samvit and Hladini Shakti.
Yeah.
So these things come together in the heart as Shraddha, that is the seed.
A so-called Guru, not realized Bhakti, he cannot give the seed of Bhakti. The desire to serve Krishna, only high class of devotee, realized devotee, they can be. So nowadays, lakhs and lakhs so-called gurus, even not coming in Madhyamadhikar, offensing, not serving their Gurudev. How can they give this transcendental Shraddha, desire to serve Krishna? If they had in their heart, how they can fall down? They can never be fall down. But we are seeing that for thousands and thousands of devotees, renounced order, even brahmachari, doing so much preaching here, there, making so much money, and they fell down. The real Guru cannot fall down, never, because he is serving Krishna. So he can give this desire to serve Krishna to others, devotees, those who are not serving Krishna. So he should be how much qualified? You can yourself Then,
Malihaya Kurisi.
if there is transcendental Shraddha coming from any pure devotee, what are the symptoms?
When this fortunate living entity receives this seed of the creeper of devotion of Bhaktilata Bij, which is the desire to serve Krishna, then there are some symptoms which are exhibited in the behavior of this devotee. And what are those symptoms? It is said that he will have firm faith in the words of his Gurudev, firm faith in the verdict of Shastras, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And only by serving Krishna, all the other activities and obligations are automatically performed, and one does not need to make any separate endeavor to please anyone.
This way. Oh, you are hearing what he told?
Saying that,
What he told?
that someone who has Shraddha has got faith in Gurudev and in the scriptures, that he'll be unwavering.
If transcendental Shraddha comes in any devotee, then very strong belief in the words of his Gurudev, in the words of all epics, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, and the words of Krishna, what he has told. It may be that so many problems may come, but he cannot change his faith, because he knows very strongly that if I am serving Krishna, my whole life will be successful.
Krishna Bhakti Kaile
Sarva karma kritaha, all this thing. So, if he wants to be a devotee, first three things should come to him. Never depreciate from these things. Otherwise, no transcendental Shraddha, no desire of serving Krishna. They cannot come to pure Guru. So first this is needed. Then what after that?
And then, in the association of pure devotees, the fortunate living entity or the person who has received this Bhaktilata Bij, he implants that seed in his heart. And like a very expert gardener, he nourishes that with properly giving water and protected it from so much burn or from other animals, fencing it. And what are those things? Shravana Kirtana Jole Koroi Sinchan. That by constant hearing and chanting, he nourishes the plant. And that chanting and hearing has to be very carefully observed and performed, because if he is not careful of the water with which he is nourishing the plant, then the water may get damaged, or insects may come upon that plant. For example, if the water is salty or the water is contaminated with so many acids and other things, then it will ruin the plant. That means the Shravan or association of those devotees who themselves are not fixed in Krishna consciousness, who are not aware of the established truths, those who have desire for mukti or bhukti, and they don't have proper knowledge of bhakti ras, what Srila Rupa Goswami has mentioned, or they are not in the proper line of Srila Rupa Goswami, then hearing from them will gradually uproot this seed completely and burn it. And
if anyone having so many worldly desires, so many desires, and he chanting, remembering, what will be the use of that? Prem will not come. If anyhow this Shraddha, rare Shraddha has come in our heart, any pure devotee has given this seed and we have planted here. But lack of association, lack of hearing Hari Katha, our this Shraddha or desire to serve Krishna can go away. You can realize that Swamiji came and he get this spirit, this desire to all lakhs and lakhs persons that we should serve Krishna. But what became? After his departure, there was none to give water, like Hari Katha. And lack of this, their Shraddha, desire to serve Krishna, gradually became doomed and destroyed. Some not fully destroyed, but lack of association. They become very lean and thin. They were in doubt what to do, where to go. But when again any association will come, and they will hear, again they will be inspired. So, but if you are associating even, but you are also associating with bad person, doing offensive, having so many unwanted things, and you are chanting, but it will be of no fruit. It may be that offense, like a mad elephant, it will come and uproot this. So very carefully, just to try to avoid all these things, and chant and remember in the association of a high class of person. What are the things? Some things are like to cut down, and something to uproot. What are these things?
So, when this plant or Bhaktilata bead is implanted and it's gradually developing and so many beautiful leaves are coming, then around this plant there's so many other imitating plants are also coming up. Or like there is example of one grass which is called Shama grass, the name of the grass. Around it there's so many other this comes up in the field of paddy fields. So an expert gardener, what does he do? He very carefully uproots these grasses which are around the plant. He's very careful because they are surrounding it very closely.
They are like bhakti also, like creeper. But they are harmful for that. What are they? What are they?
Arup Siddha.
Arup Siddha Bhakti, Sangha Siddha Bhakti. What are they? Not actually Swarup Siddha Bhakti, but they seems like Bhakti. And if anyone give trace on there, making boarding schools, doing so many activities, making garden, social works, then Bhakti can be destroyed. So we should be very careful. In beginning it may be some helpful, very little helpful, but not actually helpful. So we should try to give up all this. And gradually we should come in Swarup Siddha Bhakti. Sarvanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Avashivanam, Archanam. Preaching is like also Sravanam and Kirtan. There are two kinds of all these things. Like Rup Sanatan or like Loknath Das Goswami. Always chanting alone. And other Rup Goswami, Haridas Thakur, like other. Preaching also and also chanting like that. So, two methods we can follow all these processes. After that,
and there's another kind of weeds which have to be carefully taken, but if we uproot them, then the Bhaktilata beach or the creeper will come out, will be uprooted. So they have to be gradually and timely trimmed. like so many other stems. And if they are not cut timely, then the main creeper will not grow and it will become more weak and thin. So this means that as long as we are not completely liberated, some amount of karma or gyan has to be followed. But then that should not cover our Bhakti Lata Bij. For example, Rupa Goswami has given this definition: Anya Abhilashita Shunyam Gyan Karmate Napratam Anukullena Krishna Anushilanam Bhakti Uttama. So in this definition of bhakti, he is very nicely explaining that how carefully we should remove all the desires which are against the desire to serve Krishna. The performance of cultivation of activities of body, mind and words which are pleasing to Krishna should be completely uncovered from karma and jnana. He is not saying to completely give up, anabrit, because if we completely give up, then we cannot live anymore in this world. So for some time, for some development till a certain stage when Sarup Siddhi has not been attained, there is some need of karma and jnana, but it should never cover our bhakti. And any other desire, for example, desire for sense gratification or desire for liberation, all these things should be very carefully dragged away from the path of devotion. And these activities should be pleasing to Krishna. Anukulyen Krishna Anushilanam. Pleasing to Krishna means that for the well-being of Krishna. Because if we just take the meaning pleasing, then Shri Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur has given 2 examples in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu Bindu, that when Krishna came to Mathura and he was fighting in the wrestling arena with Chanur and Mushtik, then he was feeling very happy and he was enjoying the rasa of chivalry and he was very pleased. So if we take the definition of bhakti, that the meaning of Anukulya word is pleasing, then it seems that Charun and Mushtik, they are great devotees of Krishna. But actually it's not the fact. Why? Because they have the desire to kill Krishna. They are not just sporting or playing or enhancing Krishna's pleasure, but they have an evil interest that if they can, they will kill Krishna. So this is not bhakti. And on the other hand, Mother Yashoda, when she is feeding her breast milk to Krishna, then she notices that nearby on the flame the milk is boiling over, and for Krishna's benefit or nourishing him for his good health, she needs that milk. Her breast milk is not enough to make sweets and so many preparation for Krishna, so she puts aside Krishna and then goes to subside the milk. But then in this act, Krishna becomes displeased because he is not yet satisfied by drinking the milk of her mother. So he shows some anger and displeasure. Now if we take the definition of bhakti pleasing, then it seems that Mother Yashoda is not devotee, or her activity is not devotion. So the word pleasing is not the complete definition. It has the faults of avyapti and ativyapti. So anukulya simply means that which is devoid of averse or opposite feelings. It should be favorable, completely favorable and beneficial for Krishna. But at the same time, if we just say that it has to be beneficial and favorable and devoid of opposite mood, then even so many, like for example this table, it doesn't have any bad or opposite feeling for Krishna. But at the same time, there is no favorable activities, anushilan. The performance of the cultivation of favorable activities is not seen. So at the same time, by body, mind and words.
Are you understanding part?
He is explaining that not only anukulyena, that bhakti should be performed favorably, but together it must be anushilanam, constant, continuous cultivation of bhakti. Otherwise, if we take only anukulyena, then there may be the fault of avyapti or ativyapti. Not fully accepting or over-acceptance will be there. We will not be fully...
Also, what he told in last, that if only we will see that it should not be unfavorable to Krishna. It is not sufficient. We should always try to do something for Krishna. Krishna Anushilana should be done. Anukullena, this is not sufficient. We should do in affirmative, always trying to please Krishna by your activities of mind, soul, senses, mood, by everything. Then it will be done. If you are not doing, only protecting that, I should not offense. I should be always pure. This will not do only. You will have to endeavor by all means, by all our chesta. Endeavor. Then it will be pure.
Then, by performing this performing bhakti according
if anyone has been initiated by any guru, and guru has somewhat quarreling with another devotee, and guru is telling that I am ordering you, you should obey me and abuse this devotee, and or beat this devotee, insult this devotees. What is this activity? Should we follow him or not? What should we do? We should follow our guru or not?
Absolutely.
Yes, order is order. But you will have to see whether my guru is bona fide guru or his orders are bona fide according to Shastra or not. If guru is ordering that, you should insult this, though he is high class of devotee, but he is my enemy, it means he is not pure devotee. And his order is out of, against Shastra. So we should try to give up that bogus guru. A guru cannot tell like this. He cannot go give order that he is my enemy. Never. Maharaj Yudhishthira never told like this. Or Duryodhana even. He wanted to insult them all. But he used to tell him, Suyodhan, not Duryodhana. Marat Bharat. In third birth, how he was dealing. No enemy at all. So any pure devotee has no enemy. If any insult, like Haridas Thakur was insulted, and he was praying to Krishna, oh Krishna, forgive me. So if a guru is doing like this, thinking that, this devotee is my enemy, and you should beat him, insult him, or do offensive things, no harm. And devotee that thinks that, my guru has ordered like this, so whether I will go to hell, I should obey my guru. Then the guru and chela, both like blind persons, together they will go to a very special kind of hell forever. And that bhakti will go. No bhakti. So Krishna has given this intelligence, and it has given in Shastra. So we should try to realize. If a guru is like that, at once quickly we should give up these gurus, bogus gurus, and we should try to initiate by other high class of people. Everywhere in Shastra it has written. In Hari Bhakti Vilas, Sanatana Goswami has written. In Srimad Bhagavad it has written. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, everywhere. So we should try. If you have done, when you knew nothing about Bhakti, in ignorance you accepted a guru like this. But after that, hearing from here and there, you realize that, this guru cannot give. Krishna praying, at once quickly this. And if he cannot give prem, but he is favorable, not making offenses and other things, then he should be respected, and by his consent. Oh, Gurudev, I want to associate with this high class of Gurudev. Please give me order. Permission. That if Guru is not giving order, then you should think that, oh, this Guru is also bogus. We should be. And if his Guru is telling that, oh, I don't know all these things, you can go and you can associate and also tell to me what he is telling. Then respect that Guru and you can associate and think in him like he might also Guru, and that my Siksha. Like Srinivas Acharya, Shyamananda Prabhu, and Narottam Thakur. They were permitted by their Guru to associate with Jiva Goswami, and they respected Jiva Goswami more than their Gurudev. But their Gurudev also became so happy, and Jiva Goswami never told that you should be initiated again by me. No.
Their Guru also elevated Vaishnava.
So we should try to read very deeply and realize all these special truths, and then we should adopt any possible process and means that we should go to Krishna. We should achieve. This is our object. If anyone helping, then he is really good. And if he is engaging us in worldly things as his own property to disciples, then he is falling. He must be. So we should consider all these things. Anything which is coming like a problem in bhakti, we should try to get out. And directly we should go. Those who are giving pure bhakti, they should be honored. We should not think that this is his line, Guru line, and he is this. We are all in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu line. Always you should think. We are property of Krishna. We are family of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and this we should try to develop our Krishna faith. This is our aim and object. If anything, unwanted thing, you should approve. And if it is bhakti, but not Suddha Bhakti, pure Sarup Siddha Bhakti, Arup Siddha. Swamiji has not engaged in Arup Siddha for always. In beginning, if it was some helpful in beginning, or to distribute books. No, there is no way, any other means that a new coming devotee should advance. So he told him, but you should not read that book. He never told like this. You should go in that nectar and you should realize yourself and then distribute. It will be of more help. He told me that I will make boarding, and there I will supply beef, even wine also, cigarette also, smoking also, I will allow it. But he told me that I was sure that if they will chant and remember, quickly they will be changed. And they were changed. He met, so many hippies. So many hippies. They are also here. Those who were at first hippies. And now they are becoming teachers. So he can do. But we should not be engaged. That always doing same class. Always. We should try to know that bhakti is like a stream. Always moving, going towards Krishna, love, perfection. So if our bhakti is stopped, we have no taste in chanting, remembering bhakti, then we should try to know that, there is some loop. How to make it? You cannot repair, so you must go to your superiors, and they will do very quickly. There is no other. So, by this way, the Bhakti Kripa goes to where? Vaikuntha, and also cross. It goes across. What is the meaning of this? Bhakti, after this world, it crosses this world, Brahman, and then quickly goes to Vaikuntha, always also crosses. What is the meaning?
Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, he is explaining Srimanak Shiksha. Apichakshva Lakshmipati Itavyomanayanin, that one should give up any attachment for Lakshmipati, Lord Narayana.
If anyone's goal is fixed, that I want basically, then if Narayan coming and telling that you should serve me in Vaikuntha, then Raghunath Das Goswami said,
so Raghunath Das Goswami, he's saying that one should give up attachment for Lakshmipati, for Lord Narayan, meaning that one who has fixed the sadhya, which is to achieve Vraj Bhakti, that even if one is offered elevation to Vaikuntha, one will not accept that, but rather one will only be satisfied with Vraj Prem. In Govardhan, Maharaj has explained that when one is performing Govardhan Parikram, that Govardhan is very merciful and can fulfill so many desires, and so many people may come with material desires or what have you. But he said that one who is doing Govardhan Parikram under his guidance, that then they should only have one desire, and that that is one day to achieve this position of Palyadasi, to be a maidservant of Srimati Radhika.
If man is a devotee and he is sadhu and he is reading and meditating this sloka of Vyomanaini, that I don't want, but he is here in this world very attached to wealth, and always he is engaged in making money. Can he achieve that? Krishna
Meditating
Prem?
that he does not want.
Huh?
You say he's meditating that he does not want Lakshmipati.
No.
On this, because but at the same time,
Reciting always that,
attached.
but he is here in this world, always making, without money, I cannot maintain my life, my children and wife, and then
No, he cannot achieve, because that stage is much lower than this attachment to Lakshmipati.
what he should do? He should give up everything, or what he should?
So he should perform Sharanagati at the lotus feet of Gurudev, and he should perform his bhajan under his guidance, and he will guide him how he should act accordingly.
In first stage, he should remember Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Manasa Deha Geha Jyoti More Arpin Tuhapar. Sharanagati like this. By all are Krishna.
Possessions.
Yes, like this. And my sansari like this. And after some, when he will realize, when he will hold faith, he may do like Raghunath Das Goswami, Rup Goswami, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. What he did? He left everything. But when? Oh Krishna, always. Not in beginning. When he was not matured, he was there. And he also told Raghunath Das Goswami to be there. But not forever. When it will be matured, automatically, like a ripened mango, it gives up his branch and come down. And this will come. And quickly, Krishna will arrange and he will announce. Like Sukadeva Goswami, like Mahaprabhu himself. He knew that we should try to maintain Krishna sansar. My wife is also eternal servant of Krishna. My mother, my brother, and everything. But why he could not maintain like this? Because he was so much realized and he was so much perfect. He was himself Krishna. To show the way. So we should try to go deep in all writings, especially in Rup Shiksha. And after that, again, Brahman, then Vaikuntha. Even if Narayana comes and tells that, oh, I am very satisfied, I want that you should serve me. And you will be so much accolated, having so much accolade. I will give all power to you. I don't want. Like Gopkumar. Remember Gopkumar? He like Gopkumar. If you are in Narayana Dham Vaikuntha, always chanting Gopal mantra. Not satisfied with Narayana. Whether he comes with his all associates like Gop and Krishna, even he can take flow, but no chance. And after that, then Golok Vrindavan.
Krishna Charan Kalparikhe Koroi Arohan. So after that, the creeper of bhakti further develops and then it enters in the realm of Golok Vrindavan, where it takes shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Srila Gurudev explained earlier that up till Vaikuntha, the creeper of devotion does not need any sport, and it is going on and it's developing more and more. Just like in the stage of a plant when it is very small and it's coming up, especially the creeper, then it's growing on its own. But after a while, it needs some sport. So then in Golok Vrindavan, the creeper or the Bhakti Lata takes shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. And then Prem Phal Pakipare Mali Aswadai Lata Avlambi Malikal Pravikhapai. Then when this creeper further grows and so many sweet fruits of love are fructified on this creeper, then what happens? Still, the Mali or the gardener or sadhak is in this world and he's practicing.
What is the meaning? He is in this world and he is tasting the fruits coming down from here. What is the meaning? What meaning?
Means he's not in his Vastu city yet. He's still like a Raganuga Bhakta. He's still doing sadhana, entering Bhav, but he hasn't gotten his spiritual form yet, so he's still here.
How he is tasting the fruit?
Because he's getting Krishna manifest in his heart.
Huh?
So, though he is in this world, now he became Sarup Siddhi.
He became?
He attained Sarup Siddhi. So, being in this world, the Krishna's pastimes manifest in his heart like a chain without an interruption. So, being here, he attend there also and taste all pastimes like Krishna's eternal associates.
And from here he start and taste. By Astakadiya Leela, descending from there in their hearts. First it will come in Shuddha Sattva.
Yes.
What he was telling, Hladini and
Sambit and Hladini, essence of Sambit and Hladini.
This will come. But when it will come, they will go to Bhav Bhakti, not less than. They should at least be on that platform of Bhav Bhakti. Then it will come. So here living, practicing here like Rupa Raghunath in Vrindavan. But how? Sankhya Purvak
Nama Gan Nati Kala Vasani Pito Nidraha Vihadakadi Vijito Chattanta Dino Chajo Radha Krishna Gunasmriti Mudrimanande Sammohito Bande Rupa Sanatano Ruhujugo Srijivagopalo.
What is the meaning? You know this is sloka? You know? Have you heard? What?
Maybe.
Have you heard this sloka with any devotee?
No, she is very new.
Very
Notun. The Notun.
But she is
brand new.
like uttering that out.
I know I do that a lot.
Yes. Very good. Thank you.
Indrahara Viharakadi, that all these things, sleeping, eating, recreation, they conquered over all these things. And what were they doing? Radha Krishna Gunasmriter Madhurimanandena Sammohitau. That they were always absorbed, enchanted, completely in remembering the qualities of Sri Sri Radha Krishna. Sankhya Purvaka Namagananatibi Kalavasani Kritao. That externally they were doing what? Chanting the holy names so many times every day, so many lakhs every day.
Keeping fixed rounds. Not less than 1 lakh. Never. And doing dandavat lakhs and lakh times. And always sinking internally in the pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And sometimes, Radha Kuntate Kalindatanya Tire Chavansi Pate Premun Mat Basesh sometimes on Radha Kund bank, sometimes on Nandagaon, Barshana, and in the valley of Govardhan. What? Hey Radhe, hey Brajdevi, hey Nandasunu, oh where? Oh Krishna, oh Radhike. In Bhava Bhuto, no external anything. Weeping, rolling down like this. Oh, this is process. We should try to accept. But we want to be very far away from association. We want to be independent, not any guidance. We want to control. Even Guru, all devotees, we don't want to be controlled by them. These are the things. How we can achieve. So try to be a disciple, real disciple, and to follow all these things. Then quickly we can achieve anything. Otherwise you cannot achieve. And you will say that, oh, this is due to my Guru, and this is due to my karma, and Krishna name has no power, bhakti has no power, and all bluffing. And quickly you return. So try to follow all these things.
What you said before about if your Guru says to offend a Vaishnava, that you should reject him. So in the Madhya Lila chapter 1, when Lord Chaitanya tells his disciples, tells his followers like Swarup Damodar and Rai Ramananda to bless Rupa and Sanatan, who is just initiated by heart. Our Prabhupada writes in the purport that a Vaishnava Acharya is self-effulgent and there is no need for any high court judgment. A false Acharya may try to override a Vaishnava by a high court decision. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that he is nothing but a Kali Chela or a disciple of Kali.
Always you should realize this. He is Kali Chela, not Guru. This should be done pranam like very far away from my and प्रणाम करें इसलिए जो आज से तुम्हारा हमारा कोई संबंध. There is no relation with the last pranam. Sometimes we should do pranam to devils also, and to
They will not make any harm.
oh yes, sir, be very far away. Like Maya Devi. Oh Maya Devi. Oh, be happy to please to us. Don't come to me. Go Praman. Try to remember and try to be a disciple like this. And if you may be a guru, fortunate to be a guru, then be a guru like this. But never think that I am good. Never, never. Don't try to control any devotee. Try to follow all these things.
एक बार आपके साथ हम लोग ये बात जाजावाल महाजी के पास गए थे. एक बार प्रभुपाद परम गुरु आदेश दिया था कि इसको निकाल दो मठ से. तो परम गुरु प्रभुपाद के पास नहीं गए, छिपे हुए थे. इसको कक्षा में लेकर के जाजावाल महाजी बता रहे थे. किसी ने पूछा, विनोद दा, आपने प्रभुपाद आदेश पालन क्यों नहीं किया? शास्त्र में कहा गया गुरु आदेश झविचारणीय. तो परम गुरु ने व्याख्या किया, गुरु आदेश झविचारणीय मीन्स गुरु आदेश ही अविचारणीय मीन्स निश्चित रूप में अशेष रूप में विचार करना पड़ेगा जो गुरुदेव का अंतर्निहित भाव क्या है, तब ये झविचारण होगा, नहीं तो नहीं होगा.
I have told this story so many times. Go for any question?
Explain that passage you just read, or about devotion to Kali, or
What help you?
If you can
She said-
explain,
you
if you can explain this purport which she just read about Kali Chela.
Oh, easy.
Kali Chela means a disciple of Kali. Kali Yuga is symptomized by quarrel, hypocrisy, cheating. So if someone is presenting himself as a bona fide guru, but he's offending real pure Vaishnavas and trying to stop him by mundane votes, that is, he and his associates who are also disciples of Kali Yuga in the name of being guru, then he's not a real guru and he should be rejected, and the real self-effulgent pure devotee acharya should be followed, who loves all and honors and sees all as eternal servants of Krishna and his family.
What? You?
I wanted to ask you for advice, because as far as not having association with other devotees, how does one keep the creeper devotion strong?
What's this?
In the absence of good association, how we can keep the creeper of devotion strong?
Yes, Madam, sir.
We should always remember the instructions which we have received in good association from our Gurudev, Vaishnavas, that even we may not always have the fortune to be in that association, when we always keep sincerely praying from the core of our heart, Krishna, please be so kind, help me to remember you, help me to be in good association. The example is that of Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. He so much wanted to be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But when he came in that association and he expressed his desire to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu told him, don't be like a madman. Go home, cultivate your bhakti within your heart, and Krishna will make all the arrangements so that very soon you will come to me and be always in my association.
But in case you have no so much high class of association, at that time you can see the Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the books of Swami, like person. Like Chaitanya Charitamrita, Raghunath Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami is there. I am hearing from you. If you are reading the books of Swamiji, you should think that, oh, Swamiji is here and he is teaching us. If you are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, you should see that Sukadeva Goswami is getting classes and I am hearing. So you should think like, oh, I am always in association. And when any realized person or very high class of devotee, he is getting class of Srimad Bhagavad Chaitanya Charitamrita, then you should get it. With the rest. and always chanting and
In our Hinduism, Maharaji, we have a lot of deities like Ganesha, Shiva, Parvati, Mata, Ramchandraji, Hanumanji, Krishnaji. So how to concentrate on one God and how should we realize one God?
Have you read Gita?
Yes.
Oh, you should try to follow the instruction of Krishna. Japanna devata, yajante. Te api mamakam teva. But avidipurvakam. Oh, you just should try to honor them only, but not worshipping. If you are worshipping with some desires, then you will be like them, and you will have some wealth, a reputation, children's, wife, and all this, and after some time they will go away. And you may go to their loks. But those who are chanting and remembering, worship me, they will go to me in Golok Vrindavan, from where never to return. And all they will return. So these are worshippers are like non-den. We should be very careful. To be careful. Not to do the always worshipping all these gods. But you should think Ramachandra and Krishna are one. Krishna has come in manifested in that form of Ram. So no difference. But there is some difference of Leela. Hanuman, always the servant of Ram or Krishna. Shankar, servant of Krishna and Ram. So you can think them like a guru. So these are very good teachings. If you are high class of association, and very soon you will realize all these things.
We have made a temple here named Durga Temple. And there
so far, the devotees who want wealth, reputation, worldly things, for them they should do, because they are not qualified. So when they will come in association, like you are coming gradually, then you will give up all these things and one pointed Krishna meditation will be done. And then you will realize all this. Then you will try to obey Krishna, what he is telling in Gita. Even he told that, oh, Narayana is my manifestation. You should be one pointed to me. Oh, Mam eva je prapadyante mayamita. Mam eva, Krishna himself. Then, Mam ekam saranam braja. Mam ekam, not to others. Also, there is one Ananyaschintayanto. No Anya, only to mom. Oh, he has told so many times. Mam eva, mam ekam, like this. Mam ekam. Devi Jhesha Gunamai, Mama eva je prapadyanti. Just to try to know all these things very quickly. In Ramayana also it has been told that only worship Ram. Shankar, Hanuman and all others are Krishna or Rams, like eternal servant, high class of Vaishnava. So we should follow all these things. If anyone not going to high class of devotees, or lakhs and lakhs birth may be gone, may go in worshipping Durga, Kali, Ganesh, Shankar, and they will give only worldly things, and you will be deprived.
Good day, thank you. How can we give service to Krishna if we are maybe alone? You want to give some service, I know you will have a mana seva and other, but how can you give the physical service to Krishna and then get his mercy?
What is that?
He is asking how we can practically serve Krishna and receive Krishna's mercy.
When you will practically serve your Gurudev, bona fide Gurudev, then you can. First, try to learn everything by serving, totally, by turn, mind and all senses. Then gradually you can go. If you are galloping, then you will have nothing. You cannot serve Krishna. So first serve Gurudev, Vaishnavya, and then Krishna.
So the question is, how can I serve you?
How I can serve you?
How can he serve you? He is asking.
Like Raghunath Das Goswami served Damodar. Like Jiva Goswami served Rupa Goswami. Like Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur served his Gurudev, Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj. Like Swamiji served his Gurudev. In the same way, there are so many examples.
Okay, physically, I meet you only maybe once to maybe in a year, a few days in a year.
He says he will meet you only once a year.
A few days.
So what he can do the rest of the year?
If there is desire, there is way. If no desire, no way. You can serve your wife for whole year, and why you cannot serve me? If you want so much high class of wealth, why not? Where there is wealth, there must be there. So, being there where you are, gradually.
He can read your books, he can distribute your books, he can preach your mission.
And try to follow my instructions in my books.
One may understand what to do and what not to do, but the determination or desire to follow may not be so strong or may not be there. So, what to do in this situation?
Yeah.
किसी को समझ में आ भी गया क्या अच्छा है क्या बुरा है क्या करना चाहिए ना करना चाहिए लेकिन इसके बावजूद भी हृदय दौर्बल्य के कारण नहीं कर पा रहे तो क्या
So association needed to be strong always. If you are out of association, you will be, and Maya will control you. So always chanting and remembering. So that there should be no hope, loop and hole that Maya can come. Always engage your mind, your heart, your all senses, everything. Huh? What?
Sometimes to association of another temple, sometimes that guru or acharya may be preaching, we should help the world. So many impending disasters are coming, and so we may get there, we may not like to hear that, and so sometimes it's considered that maybe we're being aloof.
If you are sincere, praying to Krishna, praying to Gurudev, any problem cannot come. And if a problem coming, Krishna will give intelligence to collect that, and gradually will go. So first be sincere and Sharanagata. Surrender. That Krishna will protect and he will give intelligence. Otherwise he will not give intelligence if you are independent. Now we are somewhat independent. So try to go like Krishna will come. He is all-knowing. What? Omniscient. Very powerful. If you are praying to him sincerely, he will manage everything. Have a belief, a strong belief on it.
Maharaj, I have heard so many times that song by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He sings that we should go to Navadvip and take shelter of Golgadara. But I have never heard anything from Srila Prabhupada's books explaining about the worship of Golgadara. So I would like to ask you if you could explain.
He's telling that he has heard the song of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur how we should go to Navadvip and worship Gaur Gadadhar, Shri Gaur Gadadhar. But he said, and never he has read in the books of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj that we should do this.
Oh, he has told.
No. My question is the mood of that worship. What is the mood of how we should worship Gaur Gadadhar? Because some Vaishnavas, so-called Vaishnavas, they worship Gaur Gadadhar like Radha and Krishna. And so what is that?
Gaur Gadadhar की सेवा किस भाव से की जाएगी?
वो कह रहे हैं बोला कुछ so-called वैष्णव उनका गुरु दादा की पूजा को राधा कृष्ण पूजा के रूप में करते हैं.
It's different. Not like that. And that is called Gaur Nagari Bhat. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has rejected. All our acharyas have. Srila Prabhupada has rejected. All Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta, and also Swami. So we should try to reject all these things. Gaur Gadadhar is like internally to Radha Krishna, but externally like friends. Always reciting Radha and Krishna pastimes, weeping, bitterly chanting, always in this. So externally like friends, like Shishya and Guru. Gadadhar Prabhu, he is Shishya. Outwardly it seems, but internally Radhika is Guru, that is Gadadhar Prabhu is Guru, Mahaprabhu is disciple. Always studying, hearing Hari Katha like this. Sometimes Gadadhar Prabhu on instructing and testing Mahaprabhu whether he is playing my part well or not. And sometimes rebuke him like a thief. Thief, you know? Oh, you have not played this past time. Oh, you should try today. Varaha Pidam Nata Varava. How he should pronounce it? With weeping and tear and with meditation. And he played that part and Mahaprabhu, oh, I have done mistake here. Like this.
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. Gurudev. Now, Gadara Pandit, that story when he went with Mukunda to yeah, and then he thought he was in Maya because he was having so much opulence, and then when he recited the verse, Gadara Pandit got to know, oh, this person is high. But what is the Leela? Why is he in a... didn't know before?
Instruction for worldly persons. Okay. That we should respect high class of devotees.
Tomorrow morning, the devotees who are taking initiation should be ready by 6:30. After class, you can all come and meet me, register your name and any advice I can give you before you come tomorrow morning.
Go. Quickly.
Can you explain Leela to me?
What does Leela mean?
Who is Leela?
Leela. You can.
Pastimes. The activities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna.
It looks like lust, but consider. Here lust is shadow of that love and affection. Like dog and beach, there is some lust, but everything is shadow of that.
Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Kesava Madhava Dina Daya.
Jai Govinda, Jai Gopal, Kesava Madhava Dina Daya.
Jai Govinda,
Dayal Prabhu, Dayal. Gopala Jaya Jaya
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda 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 Govinda. Gopala 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 Gopala. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Bolo. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ramo 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 Hare Hare.